It is time for another glorious unbagging video, and one item is already out because it came in its own bag, and this is a urinal deodorizer. And you think, well, why'd you buy that? Well, just because. And it's described as 1 to 10 piece, I just bought one, new spiny urinal scented tablets, men's urinal fragrant pads, urinal scented tablets, specially designed for odour removal, colour purple. Let's open it. So this is supposed to be fragrant. What's it going to smell like? I can't smell anything yet. Ooh. Oh, it does smell like lavender. Can you smell it? Now, things you didn't know about these. When you see these in your urinal, they've got a couple of functions. They release the aroma. I don't know if they're piss activated or anything like that, but they also stop people throwing cigarette ends and chewing gum down it, blocking up the drains. But you may have seen all these little tabs around the outside. Well, if you look closely at it, it's marked January, February, March, April, May, June. The F is back to front. That's fine. Then July, August, September, October, November, December. And then these around the edge are marked from 1 over here all the way around to 31. And the point of that is that theoretically, if they do their job right, when people put it in, say for instance, it's currently October, so you just snap the October off and say it's actually around about the middle of the month. I'll just pull this one off. By pulling those off and throwing it in, you can see when it's put in and when it needs to be replaced. That's it. The place now smells of lavender. I'm surprised I couldn't smell that through the bag. It did a very good job of containing the smell. Okay, let's go on to the... that is a point. Oh, I know what that is. It's piss deflection fins here. I wonder what the fins are for, so it doesn't spray back and all down your front. Lovely. That's man problems. Let's bring in this, and I guarantee there's going to be another toilet-themed one in here. That gives me strong Ashens vibes. It's the sort of things that he gets from Temu. In fact, I'll provide a link to Ashens. If you like my accent, you'll like Ashens. And he does things like buying random. He gets a word randomizer, buys things from Temu, and then reviews them. There's heat shrink sleeving. That's interesting. A little light. And then these. Oh, and this. Right, okay. Is that it? I think that's it. Is my address in any of these? I know there are codes. Sometimes they put the barcodes on. It does tell you roughly where I am in the world. That's fine. Let's take a look at this. This is glow-in-the-dark tape. It's commonly used in the theatre industry for marking backstage where it's very, very dark, and they'll outline safe walkways, because you might not realise just how many obstacles there are in theatres. It's an industrial environment for performance. So if I unroll this, it's got tape holding it. And this is, now I'm wondering, is it zinc sulphide or is it strontium aluminate? So that is kind of peeled off, but it's the backing tape hasn't. Can I get this? Okay, so hold on. It's even the backing tape is stuck down here. Oh, that's physically stuck onto the material. Anyway, what happens if I unroll it like this then? Okay, so it's just glued at that point. Right, okay. So now I can theoretically unroll it. So this tape, let me show you the special feature of this tape by taking the exposure off and then turning the light off. And it's not that bright. Oh, tell you what, I should charge it up more. Right, give me a second. This is better. It's photoluminescent tape, and even if I turn this light off, it should be even better. And you can see that, basically speaking, it can be used to light the path of, I'll just lock that exposure off, light the path of exits backstage or obstacles that you might walk into or hit your head off. It's quite useful. Okay, definitely watch your eyes. The light is about to come back. And the light is back. People say, why do you warn about the light coming back? Some people are watching my videos on almost cinema-sized screens in dark rooms, and a sudden change of intensity can, with good, bright projectors, be intense. So this stuff, I don't know if it's the Zinc Sulfide photoluminescent pigment or if it's the better strontium illuminate stuff. The only way I could really find that out is to get packets of each and expose them all to the light and then just turn the light off and see which glows the longest, because the difference between the modern strontium illuminate is it just glows for a very, very long time. Once it has been charged up, is it going to be visible? It's not that visible under studio lighting, but in the backstage of a theatre, it's very visible. What about this? This is an adjustable. Let me plug this into something. Let me plug it in to this power bank. Oh, it's a green display. Nice. Let's zoom down this. 11.7 volts, very flickery on camera, not flickery to me. It's that the camera just has a fast frame rate, and you've got a little pot here. You can adjust the voltage up or down. What's the lowest it goes to? Does it go below 5 volts? Oh, it does. How are they doing that? So it's buck and boost. Interesting. But you can basically set the voltage with this little knob, and it comes out in this connector here, and then powers your load. Oh, I see 2 inductors. This could well be a buck and boost dual functionality. That's going to be interesting circuitry. But that is a useful little gadget. Well, assuming it's stable and doesn't just instantly put out huge voltages. Someone mentioned that there is a version that can do that. When the incoming supply gets too low, it suddenly goes up to 40 volts. That doesn't sound good. I don't think it's this one, but who knows. This is just black heat shrink sleeving. I was running out of, well, let's open it. It's very useful. It's handy getting these little packs of pre-cut lengths because it gives you a wide range of sizes. And you know, I use it quite a lot in my videos to sleeve wire terminations into connectors and stuff like that, or for LEDs. And it's just useful to have a good selection of them. I'm not seeing a massive selection. I'm seeing roughly, I don't know how many sizes there are here. I would guess it looks like they've got multiple sizes in each pack. Okay, rightio. I shall provide a link to that just in case you need to stock up on heat shrink. You can also, for not too much more, should have got it in fact, get the hot air gun with it, which is just basically a dedicated little hot air pen. Now this, what is in here? I don't know what's in here. I'm not even going to read the label. I'm just going to go for the mystery element of opening it up. Oh yeah, they're interesting. Right. Okay. These are for various uses, including automotive use, where you've got those horrible little plastic lockable rivets that you push in. And these are an alternative for that when the originals have just completely failed. And you've basically got a little cable tie and then a round insert. So I'd guess, given the shape of this in here, let me zoom down this, that it is a bit one-sided. I'd guess that goes to the ratchety side. And you basically feed this through a hole from the back, and then you ratchet this on, snug it down, and it locks things together, and then you get a pair of cutters and you cut it flush, and it's basically replaced the rivet that holds things together. So basically speaking, you've got 2 layers of material, make a hole in them, pop this through, ratchet it down, and you end up with a nice domed surface holding that in place. That has lots of uses. That's very good. Okay, next item, zooming back out. It's a little strip light, but it is 5 volt. It's for just where you want to add an extra bit of light with a safe supply. Let's open it up. Oh, it's got magnets and sticky pads. sticky. Oh, right, okay, I get it. Right, so you've got these self-adhesive metal plates, and you have magnets on here, so you can just stick it onto that. Let's plug it in and see what sort of current it takes. So I shall get a suitable little tester. This is covered in dust because of things I've been doing. I was refinishing the surface of the workbench. It was getting a bit shiny. It's medium white. It's not super cold white. It's drawing 600 milliamps. So it was drawing 600 milliamps till I disturbed that. So let's say it's about 3 watts. Is that about right? That sounds about right. So it's a little 3 watt light. I'm guessing the end caps will come off. Tell you what, is it any good for illuminating stuff? Let's try and see if it would be suitable for illumination of the bench. It's not bad, especially with sensitive cameras. If the colour balance was adjusted to an appropriate level, this would give a good representation of what's happening here. I don't think I can change the automatic white balance. Well, the white balance is locked, actually. I don't think I can change it while the video is running. But this is it's a useful amount of light at a bench. That's okay. Okay, watch your eyes. The light is about to get very tiny bit brighter. Okay, right. I'll unplug this. What's in here? This bag is terrible. I don't know why I bought them. Really, it's weird. Oh, this is just a little press stud that's pushed through that hole. So technically speaking, if you were to get something and go like this and squeeze it in and push it through so it went out, you could then screw this up. So you have options. Right, okay. Let's pull this cover off. Is this moulded? It is moulded. How do they do this? It's so clever. They basically have, there's an LED strip with one resistor per, how many? One resistor per 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, but they'll all be in parallel with just one resistor each, probably to keep the dissipation of the resistor down. 10 ohm resistor for each of the 5 LEDs. And this material here, they mould the translucent surface and the opaque surface into one moulding. It's extruded in one colour, but they're so defined where it touches the diffusion. Can you see that? Let's zoom. Let's get you focused up to about here, and I'll show you. How do they get such an absolute divide between the diffused layer and the non-diffused layer when it's being extruded out continuously? But you've also got the little groove in there, and that's where this LED strip literally just slides into. So if you've got a similar LED strip dimension, which is coincidentally, because I do have calipers here, which is coincidentally, it's approximately, say 10 millimeters. Yeah, I'd say that's about a 10mm strip, but it means you could slip other strips into this if you wanted. Okay, right, I'll shove that back in there, I'll put the end cap back on, and then I'll focus down to a much more sensible level on the bench. And we'll zoom out for this hideous abomination that you're about to see. I thought it was quite amusing. You might or might not think it's quite amusing. You see, in the UK, I don't know if this is a common thing. Do you have, I mean, I know Lidl sell them as well. They have these things that you can basically, it's a gel, and you take the cover off. There must be a little plunger for this as well. Or just stick your finger, you must stick your finger down the end or something like that. Oh no, there's the plunger. There is the plunger. So you've got a little cover here. Or does it go in the end? It goes in the end. I don't think that's sitting right. Anyway, you put this in, and by turning it different ways, I guess, you can increment it as you push it through, and it squirts gel, little stars. Right, tell you what have I got I can actually squirt this on, because I bought this set. So it's literally super gay rainbow toilet deodorizer things. Do these have different smells? So we've got red, orange, yellow. If you want to make your toilet look completely fabulous, green, blue, and purple. Okay, let's see if these smell different. That is a nondescript floral smell. Not very strong. That is a slightly different orangey smell. That which fits the fact it is orange. That is citrusy lemon, as you'd expect. Nondescript floral smell, presumably pine if it's green. This is going to be the sea smell, the salty smell, isn't it? Yes. And purple? What's that going to be? Lavender. I can actually tell what the smells are. That's nice. Well, tell you what. I'm going to test this. I'm going to put the little stars out and see what it looks like. Actually, no, I'm not going to do it in the toilet. That would just be weird. No, actually, that wouldn't be weird. It would be weird. Yeah, I'm going to do it. Okay, 1 moment, please. And there you go. Marvel at my super gay rainbow toilet. Do you think they'll still on if I flush it? Yes, very foamy. And all the aromas at once. That's going to be exciting. So there we have it. Quite a odd and smaller unbagging than normal, but still worthy stuff. I have to say that these things, I don't know how their size compares to the other ones that you can buy from your local supermarket, but it is also worth mentioning that because they appear in the bundle deal, if you're ordering just them on their own as a pack of 6, it might actually be cheaper ordering them individually and getting that sort of discount threshold you get, that you get a couple of pounds or dollars off. That will vary on how many items you're ordering. The light is simple and functional. This thing is absolutely honking of lavender. A decent range of heat shrink sizes, 7 of them. These useful little ratchet strap clamps, and of course the glow-in-the-dark tape. I shall do some tests and I'll give you some feedback on how the intensity of this holds up, whether I think it is the zinc sulfide, zinc sulfide, doped zinc sulfide, or the strontium aluminate version. But there we have it, an interesting array of stuff.